we're never going to eliminate a great player like Bud Dupree because we don't know what Bud's market is, and Bud doesn't know what his market is at this point. I think it's pretty common for not only our free agents, but the whole free agency group until we get a solid cap number. We don't know, and we just have to adjust and know that he might be a possibility, he might not be. Only time will tell with that, but we'd love to be able to keep a Bud Dupree because Bud's a special player, but Bud and TJ together as a special group.
Oh, he had a tell. Did you see the tell? He might be a possibility. Did you see that? His hands were down the whole time until he says he might be a possibility, and he scratches his face. That means he's not a possibility. That's my read on it, Miles. And, I feel bad for Bud Dupree. In his franchise tag year, tears his ACL. He's not going to get a multi-year contract. He's not going to get the kind of money that he would have gotten. He's not going to get the payday that he deserved, and that's unfortunate. He's going to have to go somewhere for 1 year and try to lay the foundation to cash in. I don't think the Steelers are going to bring him back unless he just finds nothing out there and they can get him for a bargain type of a contract. Clearly, they won't use the franchise tag again. They'd have to give him a 20% raise. He's still rehabbing that ACL tear. It's just a very unfortunate situation. But when Kevin Colbert scratches his face as he says he might be a possibility, that tells me he is not a possibility.
Yeah, Mike, I agree with you. I just don't feel like there's a need for him to be back anymore. They have Alex Highsmith. I think he played pretty darn well down the stretch, and he's somebody that I think can grow and develop for them on the Steelers defense. So it's just really unfortunate for Bud Dupree now because he's a guy that had 11.5 sacks in 2019. He was on pace to probably exceed that. He had eight sacks through 11 games in 2020. So when he's playing for ostensibly that big multi-year contract and then he tears his ACL, it's just a really unfortunate situation because now you just really have no idea what his market is. I mean, Kevin Colbert's totally right there. What is the market for a guy like that who you know is effective when healthy, but you just simply don't know exactly what he's going to be coming off of that injury? And people recover from that injury much, much better than they ever did even a few years ago at this point. It's still a little bit of a risk there for any team that wants to get after him, Mike.
And one of the realities for the Steelers the past 30 years, ever since free agency came to be, they let these pass rushing linebackers go all the time. All the time. We'll find another. We'll find another. We'll find another. And they're never going to break the bank. And this is one where you can't break the bank because you just don't know. The salary cap issue notwithstanding, that's part of it, but also the health issue. So I expect Dupree to be somewhere else, and he could be one of these guys who joins a super team and wins a Super Bowl somewhere else in 2021, Miles.
Yeah, he could be, and I think that he could be a really productive player for one of these teams like that. And if I'm any team that has a need at pass rusher, I would be going after Bud Dupree for a low offer.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.